every single member of the Lower Nicola Indian Band, they are the master of their destiny and future. They and their God, they are masters of their decisions and their future. I'm not advocating one way or another to agree with mutual benefit agreement, to agree with the construction of the new pipeline or not to. What I'm advocating is just look at the facts, look what we have with the mutual benefit agreement with respect to oversight and monitoring of the existing pipeline, and what we would not have without that. I have been following the existing pipeline, the Trans Mountain pipeline safety for the last 10, 15 years. That's why I became more familiar with that, and they invited me to come and meet with the Lower Nicola Indian Band. And based on all these observations, studies, readings, I made some comments, which those comments I asked them to incorporate that in the mutual benefit agreement. One of the comments that I was very adamant of, and one of the ideas that I was very adamant about, was creation of an independent safety oversight committee. Independent safety oversight committee by Lower Nicola Indian Band, or for that matter by all the First Nation, to provide an independent safety oversight of both the existing pipeline and this to be built pipeline. Because in my judgment, based on my studies, National Energy Board was not doing an adequate work of ensuring the safety of the existing pipeline. I looked at the final version of the mutual benefit agreement. They have Article 9, which is called System Safety, Emergency Response, and Environmental Management. I am okay with this, but I think it should have been a little bit more beefed up. And again, I know it's not an ideal word. I cannot, my wish being fulfilled. By my wish, it was creation of that independent safety oversight committee. I'm pleased with this mutual benefit agreement, the final version, because of this item and because of several provisions that it provides Lower Nicola Indian Band with some sort of oversight. It has provisions for the band asking for documents from Kinder Morgan and safety-related issues and that. We will have 2 members from Lower Nicola sitting in the implementation committee, 2 from the Kinder Morgan. I think these 2 can play a very big role, and within the confine of the boundary conditions that are set for them, they really can stretch this boundary and achieve some of those safety goals. So far, Lower Nicola Indian Band, as far as I know, they don't have any oversight capability or mechanism for the existing pipeline. Anything related to the safety of existing pipeline is at the mercy of NEB. This mutual benefit agreement, by treating these 2 pipelines as one system, it gives the band, it provides the band with the opportunity to look at the existing pipeline safety also. I have been saying that, I have been pushing for that we are dealing with one pipeline system. I call that one pipeline system. And I am very pleased to see this mutual benefit agreement. It uses the word Kinder Morgan pipeline system, unquote. Lower Nicola Indian Band members being their concern about safety and environmental issue being addressed in the mutual benefit agreement. That's a very good question. In my judgment, the mutual benefit agreement, because of this article, the one that I mentioned to you, because of this Article 9, safety management, system safety, emergency response, and environmental management. Article 9 has some very good pieces of information, and particularly about emergency response plan, and that in the mutual benefit agreement. That to me is necessary. Again, if you want my honest judgment, this is the necessary element, but it's not sufficient enough. One of the biggest risks that I think exists, regardless of we build the new pipeline or not building the new pipeline, I think one of the biggest looming lists or lingering lists that exists in this is too much reliance on some technological fixes. At the end of the day, the onus of leak detection is on the operator, on the human operator. Because this computational pipeline monitoring doesn't really announce that you have a leak at kilometer 865 on the pipeline, that they could go pinpoint that. It provides the control room operator with some sort of the data about pressure differential and flow differential and that. And that pipeline operator needs to integrate that piece of information with some other pieces of information and then make a judgment call. But right now, the only mechanism that we have to get this beachhead, basically, or this foot in the door, is this mutual agreement benefit. And again, at the end of the day, the members and their God are the master of their decision and their futures.